Congratulations, you have finally decided that you are ready to take the plunge and move to beautiful, sunny Florida. But then you stop and think about how many trips you're going to have to take down here and how much money you're going to spend just finding the house you want. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I'm going to teach you the 5 steps today to buying a home long distance. Hi, my name is Lee Johnson. I'm with Brownfield Real Estate Group, and I specialize in working with clients that are buying long distance. I have moved a number of times myself, and I understand the challenges that can be in your way to finding the perfect home. Step number 1 is doing your research. Get on your favorite real estate channel, learn about how much you can afford per square foot, how big a house you want. Do you want to be in the city or do you want to be in a little more suburban type of feeling? Do you want a great big house? Do you want a planned community? What can you really afford? Once you have an idea, you're not looking for the perfect house. You're looking for what your money can buy you and what looks good on a website. That's all. Step number 2, which is a good realtor to be on your side. There are a lot of ways to find that realtor, whether you're on your favorite real estate website or you're on YouTube or maybe even Facebook, or you've called your local realtor and asked them for a recommendation. There's lots of ways to find realtors, but how do you know they're the right realtor for you? The first thing will be to talk to them and make sure that it's a good connection. Do you really feel like they're hearing you and they understand on what you're saying and what you're looking for? A good personality connection is a great way to start the relationship because that realtor has to have experience, but you also have to feel comfortable with them. Do they answer the phone quickly, or at least do they respond quickly via email or text or phone call or even a video chat? Those will be important to you. Do you feel like they really know the area that you're interested in? Can they help you not only learn about the neighborhoods and the houses, but can they tell you where the local restaurants are, where to find information on schools and churches and all the other activities that you might be interested in? Realtors can't necessarily tell you whether a school is A-rated, but they can tell you the website to look at to see what the ratings are on the local schools. The same is true about crime websites, and different websites for restaurants and activities and things going on in the area. In the resource department, you want your realtor to have lots of professionals in their back pocket for you. Can they connect you with a lender, an inspector, an appraiser, a title company? And then once you have your house purchased, can they help you find somebody who's going to help you fix it up so it's exactly what you want? Now, step number 3 is to narrow it down. Start asking yourself really specific questions on what you want. Do you want a planned community? Do you want a house that doesn't have any restrictions on what you can do with your yard or your home? In Florida, it's important to ask how close you want the water. Do you want to be beachside, or do you want to just be accessible to the beach? Are you happy just simply being in Florida and you don't really care about the water? Another important question to ask down here right now is, do you want a resale home or do you want a new build? A realtor can be very helpful in either scenario. There are dozens of new builders down here. So a good realtor will help you not only pick the right builder for you, but help walk you through step by step to make sure that your best interests are being represented as you're talking to the builder's agent. Once you've put together that list of all the things that you want in your new home, break it into 3 different categories, actually 4. You'll see in a minute. So category number 1 should be your needs, the things that absolutely must be in your new home. Do you need a large yard? Do you need 4 bedrooms? Do you need a house with no carpet in it? Whatever it is, make sure you put in your needs list. Those are deal breaker items. If you don't have these items, you're not buying the house, period. Now, you want to be specific though, because saying that you want 4 bedrooms when what you really need is 3 bedrooms and an office, 2 different things. You could end up with a 3-bedroom house that has great office space somewhere else. Number 2 is your wants, things you'd really like to have in the house, but if you don't, you'll live with it. It's going to be something that's going to make you waffle if too many of the wants are missing though. Wants could be quartz countertops. It could be, like I said, tile and grout throughout the house and no carpet. Again, you want to be specific. Why do you want no carpet? Is it just from an aesthetic point of view? Or do you get terrible allergies with carpet in the house? And then the last list is your desires. Things that you would love to have in your home, but aren't going to be deal breakers if you can't get them. One of those for me is quartz countertops, white cabinets. My kitchen has granite countertops and wood cabinets. They weren't things I had to have, and the rest of the house was what I wanted, so we live without it. Now, at some point, my husband's probably going to paint those kitchen cabinets, and maybe further down the line, I'll get those quartz counters. But they can be interchanged, and I knew that, so they weren't things I had to have because it can be put in later. The bones of the house were more important to me. The fourth category of sorts is the no list. Absolutely not. You don't want this in your home no matter what. You have to have a 2-car garage. A 1-car garage won't do. You do not want a pool under any circumstances. It completely freaks you out. Make sure that the no's almost are as important as the needs, because those are deal breaker items that you just cannot have in your home. Once you have that list put together, go over it carefully with your realtor. Explain anything that there is even a question about, and then let her do her job. Now, obviously, you are more than welcome to get on your favorite real estate website and look at homes to your heart's desire and give that realtor the addresses of the homes you really like. But let her do her job as well. Let her do some research, because our search engine is much more powerful than what you can get online. So looking for quartz countertops or tile throughout the house or anything like that, we can do that on our search engine that you can't necessarily do on Zillow or Realtor.com or something of that nature. And then she's going to go show you houses. How, you ask, if you can't be here? Well, don't worry. The beauty of YouTube and videos and pictures and everything else is a lot can be done even remotely. So in some cases, you may not have good enough reception to be able to do a live chat as she walks through the house, but you can do a recording. And that realtor can take as much time as you want, and you can tell them how specific you want them to be. On the first pass, do you just want an overview of what the home looks like? Or do you want, well, there looks like it might have been a leak up there. We want to make sure we check that out on if you get to an inspection, if this is the house for you. Looks like maybe there's a slope in the floor. And most realtors can be really good at stuff like that. That's why we're realtors, is because we've stuck around for enough inspections, and we learn in classes and things, all the things to look for in a good quality home. So let your realtor work for you. That's why you've hired them. Step number 4 is putting together the best offer. You're going to rely on your agent a lot in this department, since you haven't been down here to really get to know the area well. You're going to want to work with your agent to come up with a detailed property evaluation so that you have all the information you need to put together your best offer, and walk you through the closing process, assuming you get that offer accepted, and make sure that you understand every step along the way and what needs to happen. Speaking of steps, as step number 5, you want to be down here for the inspection. The inspection is a very important part of your home purchase, whether you're buying new or used. And this is the time you want to finally make sure that you've got your plane tickets booked and you're ready to come down and join us and see your new home. In Florida, you will have a time period in which to do your inspection and determine whether or not this house is going to work for you, whether it's through the negotiation or you just walk in and the house doesn't feel right to you. You have that inspection time period to simply walk away and start all over again if you need to, and get your money back from escrow with no problems. But you have to be down here to make that decision. Assuming that everything goes really well with the inspection, now you're down here and you can really start to get to know the area. Look at the local schools and interview to make a decision on where you want your child to go. Make sure that you're close to the highway and your job or the airport and whatever else is important to you. This is your chance to really get comfortable with your new home and your new hometown. If you do end up deciding to walk away from that house, you now have a few days with your realtor to go and look for some houses for your next offer. Well, those are the 5 steps. I hope you learned a lot. If you still have questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. I'll answer any questions you have. And of course, you're welcome to call me or text me. I'm more than happy to discuss anything with you, whether or not you hire me as your realtor. Join me next week. I'll have more great information on relocating to Florida, and I look forward to seeing you then.